I'm Oliver, and I've been aquascaping ever since I was 10 years old. And today, I'm going to be teaching you how to aquascape a 10-gallon for underneath the price of $75. Starting off with our two main expenses, the aquarium and the light. For this 10-gallon, I picked it up at Petco when they were running the $1 per gallon sale. So this runs me back $10. As for the light I picked up for $25 on Amazon, and it is a Haiger brand light. I'm going to leave a link in the description down below. Now, let's aquascape. First, let's go ahead and add our soil substrate. This soil substrate is going to give our plants plenty of nutrients in order to survive in this aquarium. We're going to want to evenly spread this substrate out. That way we don't have any air pockets come out of nowhere and explode. Once our substrate's all evened out, let's go ahead and wet it. The reason why I want to add water to our soil substrate is to prevent any anaerobic bubbles of air pockets in the soil from erupting like a volcano. Because if they erupt, that will scatter dirt all over our scape, and which in return will ruin our aquascape. So I'm going to be consistently stirring it up to the consistency of mud. One of the ways you can really improve your aquascape is by adding height to your aquascape. And that's what I'm doing with these extra bits of dirt here. And here we're going to add our cap layer. And in this case, I'm going to be using sand as it is just my personal favorite. It looks more natural in my opinion. But you can use gravel or you can use aqua soil to cap off your dirt layer. Now it is time to use the hardscape. And this is my favorite piece of driftwood right here. This is some West Texas driftwood that I collected that was free for me. I also used some recycled black lava rock from one of my previous aquascapes. So the hardscape was free for me in this design. One of the main pieces of advice I advise in my channel is that the hardscape can be a make or break in your paludarium, aquarium, or terrarium. So taking your time on the hardscape is a key factor when designing your aquarium. And in this scape, I took an extra 15 minutes to make sure all the hardscape was to my liking. What would an aquascape be without the plants? And in this scape, I'm going back to my greenhouse to grab some plants for this aquascape. And in these tubs right here, this is some freshly cut Monte Carlo. Moving over to this tub is full of Styrogony repens that I just love so much. Next, moving on to one of my favorite plants, Alternanthia recani, and I've got a bin full of it here that's going to look amazing in our scape. And for our last plant, we're going to want to grab a little bit of dwarf hairgrass mini. Now let's go ahead and look at our salad. Doesn't it just look so tasty? If you're curious about my greenhouse, then stay tuned as I'm going to have a video up shortly all about my greenhouse. But now let's go ahead and get this aquarium planted. And as you can tell, I'm going to be planting the Styrogony repens first. Next, I'm going to be planting the Alternanthia recani in the same general area as the repens as they fill the same niche, one being red, one being green. Next, let's go ahead and plant this foreground up with Monte Carlo. And here's a tip if you're carpeting with foreground plants without CO2. Densely plant your carpet. That way, these plants can grow together faster in order to make a thicker carpet sooner. And since I'm not using CO2, this is what I'll plan to do. Finally, let's go ahead and add our dwarf hairgrass mini. Since these plants came from my greenhouse, they were all free for me. However, if you want to get the same amount of plants, go ahead and purchase a 25 plant package on my website down in the description below. Now let's go ahead and fill this up with water. And as you can tell, I'm using the hardscape as a way to break the path for the water to evenly spread out over the entire scape. And that is how you aquascape a 10-gallon for underneath the price of $75. I even left a good solid $10 to $15 there extra wiggle room just in case if you needed to pick up anything else. Here's where I need your help. What type of fish should I keep in this 10-gallon? Leave your comment in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next one.